I don't know why it's doing that. Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right. So, before I say anything at all, I want to ask Hamas to release Israeli hostages. Please do so. Because we're going to need to disarm everyone who's using that as a retort for why babies are continuing to be bombed every day. Another day, more dead bodies in my phone, more dead children in my phone. I done seen at least about 7 or 8 of them today. Prayed a lot about it. Prayers out to everybody who's going through this in any way, shape, and form. Most definitely the people who are left behind. I won't be silent, man. I'm not going to do that. Y'all know that. But it is important that I say into this phone that the hostages must be released. If there are any hostages at all, if Israel didn't take them their damn selves. Let's just be honest. That's what it looks like to me. If you're going to go around killing babies at night, not in the daytime, because in the daytime, things seem to be quiet in Gaza. They wait until people are going to sleep so that they can be terrified of when it's time for them to sleep. See, it's psychological evil taking place here. It ain't just enough to have genocide take place. They're trying to terrorize these people by way of when they bomb them. They're bombing them at night. Basically only at night. While you idiots is talking about them damn hostages. I'm telling you right now, man, I've never seen this much evil in my life, but I've also never been more fearless to speak on it. I'm going on AOC's Instagram, and I'm voicing my opinion as American, condemning these behaviors by the U.S. and the Israeli government. I'm going on POTUS and his Instagram, and I'm condemning this crap. I'm going on everywhere I can where I see this, and I'm making my voice be heard as an American, including on Palestinian individuals who are showing us this terror that's going on, that's being afflicted on their people. I'm making sure they understand that I'm praying for them, that I stand with them, and I'm not walking away from this. I'm not running from this. I don't care if I'm the only one, and I'm not. But even if I were, I don't care. I'm gonna focus in on this. I'm the right kind of crazy and the right kind of not connected to any of this bullshit to speak up on it like a human being should. Especially when their own country's doing it. A lot of my fellow people are acting like nothing's happening. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they only believe what they're being told on TV or whatever, but I'm not watching TV. See, that's the thing about me. I'm not paying attention to what's being said in our news at all. I'm not subjecting myself to our news at all. I'm only taking my information from what I'm seeing on Instagram, from people that I'm following who are boots on the ground in this situation in Gaza. It's the only people I'm following. So that's what people need to understand about my voice. I'm watching the raw, uncut horror that's taking place. Only. So whatever y'all being told about Israel and all that, nah. I'm watching the people who are telling us what's happening there. And what I'm telling you is, Israel ain't going through nothing in comparison at all right now. They're not. As a matter of fact, a lot of what it is that I've seen in regards to Israel is staged. Like bad acting. Like just flat out bad acting. There's a dude who was sitting up there acting like there was bombs bursting in the air, but there were birds you can hear chirping in the background. If the bombs were bursting in the air, the birds would be gone, bro. They wouldn't stick around for that. We wouldn't hear them chirping. Wouldn't hear it. And his acting wasn't even really good. It was bad acting. He looked like he was in a damn Tubi movie. So this is the type of stuff that Israel's doing. TikToking and all. They got soldiers TikToking, dancing around. You got individuals who are acting as if they are putting on makeup, pretending to be individuals who are in Gaza. You know, Israeli. There's a one chick, I don't know what her name is. I wouldn't dare make her famous on here, but basically she's an influencer on TikTok. She's mocking what's going on in Gaza. As if she's a woman who's being, she had something in her room kind of simulate some type of explosion, and she put like dark circles in her eyes and white makeup on her face to make it look like she's being in a bomb situation. Like, this is the type of shit they're doing over there while this is happening. And so that's what I'm paying attention to, is the jokes that they're trying to the mockery they're trying to make of their people, as if there's not going to be a retaliatory behavior pointed toward them because of it. I'm telling you, all of my good Israeli friends, you need to understand. Y'all need to condemn this behavior like I'm condemning it as an American. You need to. You need to. When I say you need to, meaning that they're going to be people trying to bomb y'all if or not, for your silence. That's why I'm so frustrated with America, because it's like y'all acting like this is not happening. But what you're really doing is putting our troops in danger, because they're the ones that's going to have to fight the world war that's going to be pointed at our asses. That's what the truth is. And we're crying mamas and daddies going to be bringing home bodies after bodies after bodies, because every fucking body's going to want to kill us over this. While y'all acting like it's not happening. That's what's next. That's where this goes. The only two people going to be fighting for each other is Israel and U.S. They're going to be fighting together. That's it. I hope our army's big enough to fight the world, because that's exactly what we're asking for. It's exactly what we're asking for. And they bringing God with them. You got to understand, they on the right side of right. Just because we want to stay in the pocket of Israel and act like everything's fine what they doing and continue to dance around them because we so far up there behind that we can't even see what's right or wrong anymore. Even the people who are trying to condemn this crap want to make sure they tiptoe around Israel before they do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, because I know good Israeli people going to condemn this just like I am. So I don't need to tiptoe around them as if they're my God. I got a God. I know who he is. I spoke to him before I turned on this camera. We ain't playing like that over here. Babies are dying. Not grown men, not soldiers. Babies. And when it comes to children dying, fam, I don't have any respect for the people who are doing that, or co-signing that, or saying it's revenge for something that happened to them. I don't care about none of that shit at all. Because in your retaliatory behavior, you're killing thousands of children. If you want to get back who got you, then get the people who got you. If you're going to attack children, then I know you're the predator. I don't have to ask that question. You're showing me. Not only in your behavior, but in how you're enacting the psychological terror that you're placing upon them. This is terrorist behavior. It ain't enough to just bomb people. You can bomb any time of the day, but you want to bomb them when it's time for them to go to sleep at night. And who are you bombing? Churches, hospitals, residential buildings, bakeries. You're telling people to leave and then want to bomb the path that they're leaving toward. You want to shut off where they at so they can't go nowhere. And then want to say they must leave. That's psychological damage that you're doing to the survivors while tearing their babies from their arms and killing those babies. And you want me to worry about some damn hostages. I know that behavior speaks to you not being credible when you say there are any hostages. I know that behavior tells me you probably bombed your own state so that you could do this shit. Talking about Hamas. Hamas? Where's Hamas? I ain't heard them say nothing in this whole process. I ain't seen one body pulled out of a grown man that's supposedly a Hamas soldier. Not one. Not one. Just children. And women. And I know what comes next. And that's why I'm speaking the way I am. I'm going to be on record telling y'all as an American that I'm not with this. I don't care who's with this. I don't care who's scared. I am not scared. I'm going to use my voice. And my good Israeli brothers and sisters are going to hear me, and they're going to agree with me when we say ceasefire is necessary, man. Ceasefire is necessary for the betterment of not only what's going on there, but for the betterment of our future in regards to who's going to want to attack us because of what our governments are doing. There are good American people that are going to die because of this. There's good Israeli people going to die because of this. And there's good people of Gaza who are dying because of this. That is really it, man. Ain't nothing else. Ceasefire is absolutely the only thing we'll accept at this point. Giving them people more than 20 trucks of food is the only thing worth talking about at this point. Ending the blockade in Gaza so that people can move freely back and forth is the only thing we need to be talking about. Everything else is gaslighting nonsense, and people are afraid to tell the truth about what's going on with Israel. That's it. Just say you're afraid. Just say you're afraid, fam. Just let me know that you're more afraid of what's going to happen to you than you are about protecting children. And I'll just let it be. Because that's all I'm seeing from a bunch of people. They're afraid of offending their Israeli friends. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to protect my Israeli friends because I know what's going to be on their backsides because of this. If you really love your Israeli brothers, you ain't going to let them sit back and think that it's okay for them to ask for damn hostages while 3,000 babies are dying and the world is looking at them about it. Who's really protecting who? You're protecting your own interests, and that's what I see. I'm thinking about is my Israeli friends when this is going down. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm talking like this, because I know the wrath of God is going to be on their heads, and they don't deserve it. And when this all goes down, you're going to remember who I was, because I was the one who was telling y'all what was coming. When you put the people through what these people are putting these Gaza individuals through, the Palestinian people, when you put them through what they're putting them through, you are birthing terrorists, real ones. Not the ones that y'all want to pretend are out there. It really ain't terrorists. No, the ones that are going to be very patient, generationally patient in trying to get back at you. That's what you're birthing. And I know that that's what you're trying to do. I'm wise enough, smart enough, and spiritually inclined enough to know that that's the purpose of this. That's the true purpose of this, is to create world chaos by way of the hurt and the psychological damage that you are doing to babies, children, and families. I know. I think that far ahead. I think like that. I know. I have no question about that. That is what this evil is truly about. It's about birthing more terrorists, real ones. It ain't about no land. It ain't about nothing else. It's about evil spreading its nonsense upon this earth for generations to come. That's what it's about. And I'm telling you, they're doing this to people who are praying. They do this to people who are praying and meditating 5 and 6 times a day. That's who they inflict this on. While they dance and TikTok and lie about hostages and lie about whatever the hell happened to them that they probably did to their damn selves. I know this. Israeli brothers and sisters, if something was bombed in your neighborhoods, you need to be asking, did the baby killers do this and lie to me about it? Because to be honest with you, they're not pulling no Hamas soldiers out of none of these buildings that they're bombing. Who is really getting get back for what happened to you? Because the people who did it, they still walking around apparently. If they ever existed at all. While everybody's trying to pretend to be your friend. Because they're afraid of what you can do to them. They're not bringing this part up. And some of that is on purpose. Who really bombed y'all 3 weeks ago? They want you to think it's Hamas, but I have no reason to believe that they are credible at all. I think the same people that bombed these people here are the same ones that turn their bombs on you. And I have no proof of this, but the vibes, and I say vibes, I mean just the spiritual energy of this all, speaks to them doing this to themselves so that they have an excuse to do this and have the people to back them to do it. Where are the headless babies, y'all? Where are they? And don't tell me, oh, well, you know, we kind of, nah. Where are they? Were they buried? We ain't seen no pictures of none of that. And I'm sorry, I'm at a point in my life where I've seen so many dead children. Now I am in a space where I'm desensitized enough to ask you to show me where they at. Because that was one of the biggest points about why this is okay for a lot of y'all who are just, I don't understand why you would even want this to be okay, even if you did suffer that. But nevertheless, that's what they're trying to push on to y'all. That Hamas cut babies' heads off and bombed y'all to Kingdom Come 3 weeks ago. And now it's okay to bomb children. If that's what you're buying, don't be so spiritually bankrupt as to not question whether or not the people who are telling you this are lying. Because they're lying about a lot. Whether you're smart enough to see it or whether you're wise enough or savvy enough to see it or not, I'm telling you, I've caught them in lies myself. Just by way of what I'm seeing in these comment sections. They are compromising some of these comment sections to show that they are getting support that they're not getting. So tell me, are you certain you trust who's telling you what? Because I know for a fact I don't trust my media. I trust my God, though. And when I meditated about this, that's what came to mind. That y'all being lied to. My country, and a great deal of it, is afraid to do anything other than support Israel. But what I'm asking is, what does it actually look like to support them? What does this actually look like? Is anybody stopping to say, no, don't back the misdirection. Don't back the baby killers, because that's evil in and of itself. Find another way to look at this so that it's not okay to kill children. That's what people need to be doing, putting their thinking caps on. Instead of just blindly following nonsense because they're fearful of what's going to happen if they fall. You are going to fall. Because you didn't do nothing to save those children. I don't care if I'm the only human being saying this. I don't care. Because somebody on this earth alive today needs to say this stuff. And if I'm wrong, I don't see how. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see how. Every bit of what I'm seeing is telling me that I'm not wrong. Now, that doesn't mean that I trust everybody on this side, because misdirection is a real thing. And like I said, the person who initially showed us this, I don't trust him. Just going to be honest with you. But everything that I've followed since has been people who are boots on the ground, not a third party, none of that. I am following people who are in these circumstances who may not make it through the night because of what it is that our country and Israel is co-signing. May not make it through the night, man. And I guess I'm supposed to be so caught up in my own thing, in my own comfort, that I'm not thinking about them. But that is not how my prayer life works. That's not how my God has made it so that my heart works. It's not how I was raised. I'm going to care about things that have nothing to do with me, because I know it's going to have everything to do with me if I don't. And I wish my country wasn't so spiritually bankrupt and so caught up in the money aspect of circumstances that they could see where this is necessary. To speak this way and not be so damn careful. Too careful. Not to offend people who have now had new targets on their back and new enemies. If you really love them, then you will speak out against the crimes that are being committed in their names. While they're hurting. Some of them too hurt to ask the right questions. Some of them too bereaved to give a damn about lost others. But I'm telling you, it falls on them. Because the world is looking at them and wants to burn their flag. Because of what their government is co-signing and because of what our government is co-signing. And we are in no different of a situation. Just because you are not aware of how bad it is does not mean it is not exactly as bad as I'm describing it. It is that bad. There's a mass genocide going on where a whole government is attacking children. I have seen it in my phone for days in, days out. And so have other people, millions of people. I'm not the only one who's seeing this. The question is, how many of us are speaking out on it? And how many of us are going as business as usual, thinking that our big army is going to protect us from whatever? When you don't see how people can be patient, you don't see how people can infiltrate, you don't see how people can terrorize through various different technologies that are not even here yet, that will be here when those babies grow up. We're going to lose a whole generation of Americans if we don't start giving a damn about this generation right here. That's what I'm worried about. This is going to have ramifications on us 30 and 40 years down the road, where they wipe out millions of us because of what's going on right here. I am not too dense to consider this, man. I'm not too terrified of losing my empire, whatever the hell y'all terrified of doing, because you're afraid of turning on people who have you by the balls. You are not their friends, just like they're not your friend. Because if y'all cared about one another, you wouldn't let each other go down this path. Everything is so damn transactional out here with you corporations. But it's going to be your kids and our kids that suffer this. At some point in time, we got to rip the band-aid off and just tell the truth. It is okay to condemn bad behavior, whether it's in me who's doing it, you that's doing it, my allies is doing it, my boss is doing it. If you're going to do something that you ain't got no business doing, it reflects poorly upon you. And if I'm your friend, I'm going to tell you, you shouldn't do this. And if I know you're hurting and you don't give a damn, I know you'll give a damn tomorrow. You shouldn't do this. And that's what we need to be saying to our Israeli friends who don't have it in their hearts to give a damn about something that they definitely gonna pay for tomorrow. Y'all pretending to be friends with people. Y'all ain't really friends with them, because if you were, you would do what it is that I'm describing right here, and out of love telling them it is never okay to kill children. It's never okay to co-sign depraving people of water. It's never okay to do any of this, because at the end of the day, whether you care about yourself or not, it reflects poorly upon you and your last name and your flag when you do this. And the whole world is watching and learning to hate you by the second. People worried about what? Nothing but what happens to them, and then they go into the ground and they leave all of that to their kids and their grandkids after suffer. And I'm not bankrupt in that way, man. I'm not. And I'm not just going to let my brothers and my sister who are going to fight for this country, and my kids are going to grow up to be Marines in this country, go out there and die for something I could have spoke against. My government was too damn scared to speak out on this. Officials and celebrities too damn scared to speak out on this. I was not. The only thing I fear is God and more children dying in the night. That's it. It's the only thing I'm afraid of. Everything else, I don't care, man. Y'all want to keep me from getting what I'm supposed to get? Like I said, what does it really look like to protect you then? If you're not certain, think a little deeper. That's what I say to my Israeli brothers, my Jewish brothers and sisters. If you don't think this is protecting you, then you don't know what love is. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching.